Back in the 80s and 90s, people didn't click. They picked in the store. And what made them pick? The cover. Album art was the thumbnail of its time, the very first handshake between music and its audience. And today, thumbnails do the same job for YouTube videos. The question is, do yours make people stop and choose? I am still learning how to work this wonderful art form using my previous graphic design skills to make my videos reach the right audience. Sometimes I think I've made the greatest thumbnail which fails completely, and other times the most simple of ideas work perfectly. In the music store, a single square image had to fight for attention amongst thousands of others. How many new bands and genres did you discover through the design on their album covers? Maybe the music wasn't your cup of tea, but the cover dragged you into buying it. Sound familiar? That's exactly the battlefield of YouTube today, where your thumbnail is one little square competing with millions, and the viewer still has to pay, not with money, but with something more valuable in this day and age: attention. A thumbnail is not a decoration, it's communication. Just like a CD or an LP cover told the story before you even press play, your thumbnail has to sell the emotion, the vibe, the promise instantly. We, as creators, are always trying to figure out how to get people to invest their time into our projects, and the small, colorful box with the play button in the middle is the gateway into these projects. Think about it. Nirvana's Nevermind cover, a baby chasing a dollar bill, instantly provocative. Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon, a prism, iconic, minimalist, unforgettable. Now compare that to YouTube. The most clicked thumbnails are bold, emotional, and instantly readable, even at the size of your fingertip. Any Mr. Beast video thumbnail follows this exact same rule. No need to go too intricate with these designs. Simple isn't bad, it is effective. I always remember how I discovered Slipknot's first album before they were famous. I had no idea what kind of music they played, but the album cover was so striking that I had to buy it. Once I heard it, again, very striking music. I maybe didn't like all the tracks, but the story was complete. Bad album covers faded into obscurity. Bad thumbnails do the same. They vanish into the algorithm's graveyard. And we as creators all fear that our hard work gets buried in these graveyards. But when the design is iconic, it's remembered, shared, and chosen. The same principles apply. Bold visuals, clear identity, emotional storytelling in one frame. So whether you're stacking records on a shelf in 1991 or publishing to the algorithm in 2025, one truth remains. It's not the music or the video people see first, it's the cover. And if your cover doesn't make them feel something, they'll never hit play. Let me know how many albums you bought because of the cover in the comments below. And what made you check them out in the first place? Was it the colors, the design? Smash that subscribe button and the bell icon to hear more about creativity, culture, and film. If you enjoyed this video, go and watch my other video here about the health benefits I experienced whilst fasting for 30 days. See you on the next one.